Well, it's pretty much a bleak day, so you know, I don't know if the season's actually changing early, but we're usually, April, when we go into April, towards the end of April, it can be really weird weather then. Don't ever turn up expecting to be taken around town and shown a good time in late April if the humidity is almost 100% and the skies are dark grey, threatening to rain, but they basically never do until the season breaks. In Adelaide anyway, so which is what happened with my Swedish friends all those years ago. I think it was 89 or something like that. Now, no, hang on, it must have been somewhere between when I came back from, it could have been 89, I don't know. Somewhere between when I came back from my student exchange and 89, so, 84 to 89, somewhere between those I would say. But, of course, I came back from my student exchange, and we just had this new shower, remodelling of the back end of my parents' house sort of thing, and the builders had got the hot and the cold tap symbols round the wrong way on the hot and cold taps in the shower, and it was like spending a whole week trying to think, should we tell them? How are we going to tell them? That there's a problem. They'll work it out. When they turn the hot tap on and it just runs cold. Surely they're going to realise they're going to turn it on and on and on and on. It's going to get stronger and stronger in strength, but it will still be cold. They'll work it out. Then they'll try the cold tap, which is really hot. It will start coming out colder. Of course, it takes time to warm up, because if you're running it with the hot tap that's really the cold, it's going to be lukewarm. If you start off using the cold tap, it comes out cold and it's going to get really hot, especially if you put it on full bore. And you're going to use, then you've got the confusion of, well, if I turn on the hot tap with the hot water, is it going to just get hotter? And so we spent a week thinking, should we tell them? No, they'll work it out themselves, surely. I'm sure they went back to Svenska, with this in mind, sort of thinking, geez, that was a crazy shower alcove sort of thing. But anyway, it's a bit like this, I think. It could be a bit like this. We think it's the hot, and it's actually the cold. We think the cold is the hot. As I said, most of the stuff I find in the books about that are sort of relevant to CPs are always in the wrong side of my book. They're always in the calcium section of the book, when they say CPs aren't supposed to like calcium, and I'm thinking, well, there is one genus there that has members that both don't and do like calcium, and ones that actually prefer, are facultative. They can cope with it, they also prefer it, sort of thing, rather than tolerate. I think that's what it is. Is that facultative? It's not rather than tolerate, you actually prefer it. I'll have to look it up, fellas. It's probably fine there's another word that means one thing. Cope and prefer and cope and tolerate are probably two different separate words or something in a time. Like the word motley. Is that a Shakespearean word, motley? Does it come from Shakespeare? The motley fool? Okay, so my idea is, what's wrong with that? Is there a problem with that because it's just too acidic, it's putting up noxious gases, or is it because it's taking away all the copper, and really that's the answer to our copper problem? Then with the oxide, it's not so acid, it seems to be growing the organism. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to first of all ammoniate an egg. We're lucky the fact that once the polystyrene is filled in the container, it takes away from the 2.4 litres, basically one litre of ammonia will fill up the whole bottle. So basically it's very easy to do. And first of all, though, we've got to prime it. So I'm just going to get my tripod, and after I've ammoniated an egg, well, then I'll do my oxide and copper egg sort of thing, and see how that goes. You might get some data back. And iron oxide sort of thing, and see how we go. I think that's all right sort of thing. I think that's what the problem with the camera is. It's that. Okay. I think we're all locked down. So basically, we get our primer, our original primer that we're still using, which is rather amazing. So the question is, does the organism naturally live in the charcoal? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8, 9, 20, 21, 24, 25. So basically up to the line, basically. The prills are slightly different in size compared to the other things. So. Anyway, so now we get our egg. Yeah, I'm a bit slow this morning, I'm a bit sluggish on these cold days, fellas, and you wait till the first 2 weeks of August when they have the coldest nights. I'm going to be like a bloody snail then, I reckon. Yeah, getting older, getting a bit of arthritis and all that sort of stuff, you know. So I'm just doing this way to thoroughly mix the egg yolk with the egg white, so when we go in it's have an even spread sort of thing. We might find that the ammonia only reacts with the yellow and not with the albumin sort of thing. But we'll learn that over time, I reckon. So basically this is roughly a 50-50. I think it's 45%, 55% fat and protein. Now I was thinking about the meats. It's red meat got iron in it, but white meat has got manganese in it, and seafood and crab, you know, things like crab have got copper in it because they use copper in their hemoglobin sort of thing. So animals that use iron in their hemoglobin, they got their red meats. Ones that use manganese instead of iron, are they white meats? You know, iron oxide compared to like manganese sulfate or something, the colour, there is a colour difference sort of thing. Anyway, so I'm just going to, hopefully we're in shot still. I better check. Nothing worse than being out of shot. I'll be able to see the action. Oh, there we go. Put that in. Oh, I think that's good enough, fellas. I don't think we're going to bother with that sort of scraping it around. I'll give it a first mix around because you never know. See if we can get it mixed around first. Get the organism into the egg first, just in case. You know, if there's any spores or sporophytes or anything, capsules, whatever. We don't know what it is yet, but we'll get there eventually. Okay. Maybe that was the wrong thing to do, fellas. It looks a bit frothy now. But anyway, we'll crack the lid on our ammonia. Well, maybe we should shake up the cloudy ammonia, get the best. Well, they're getting pretty good these days. Hardly any bits on the bottom. You know, it's better than Cooper's beer. Yes. Okay, now let's see how we go with this. Maybe get it halfway up or 3/4 of the way up like we normally do, and then if we can see where the line is, and then we'll give it a bit of a shake around before we fill it all the way up. Have I made any mistakes, fellas? Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see how we go. Oh, it's smelling of fish, I think. Oh yes, it's already got like a fishy smell. Is that because maybe that's just the container and the organism, our primer reacting with? I don't know. But yeah, fellas. Oh, creating gas already. I mean, that's all the ammonia bubbling away. Oh yeah. I don't know. Oh, well, maybe we're going to lose our ammonia. I don't know. Oh yes, it's very alkaline. I can feel it on my fingers. I'm going to wash my hands pretty shortly. Okay, pretty enough. Nope. Do it again, I think. But yeah, that it's got a fishy smell. Quite a fishy smell. Not the usual. So there we go. We may have made a step forward, fellas. We know how quickly fish meat breaks down and how good it is for plants when you use it as a fertilizer. So maybe we've found an alternative pathway. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. So organism plus egg plus ammonia equals fish. Well, the fishy breakdown product, so you never know. Just joking there, fellas, but scratching on a caveman's wall sort of thing, Yeah, my funny sense of humour. Yeah. I mean, how would you show the organism? It would just be like a turd plus an egg plus. How would you symbolise ammonia in caveman days on a wall? So it'd be like a golden turd plus the goose that laid the golden egg. Yeah, and what would we? How would you symbolise ammonia? Oh, I know, P. Of course, you get ammonia from P, so it'd be ship plus P plus egg. Maybe that should be the title: ship plus P plus egg equals, you know, the mathematics of the dung pile or the dung heap or something. I don't know. Yeah, the after mathematics of the. So there you go, fellas. I think these prills take up more area than we think. I think compared to the other. Oh yeah, so we'll see how we go. I think I may have to just keep filling it up or something. So we'll keep it to one side, and I think we're almost done. I think. Anyway, so almost. We'll see what. Anyway, I'll fix it up, fellas. And I think the clip's getting a bit too long, and I need to wash my fingers. I've got fish fingers now. Wash my fish fingers. Okay, I'll set that up and we'll go from there, and I'll do an iron ox copper one now. Okay. Over there. Oh, we're only 41 seconds on the card. Yeah, seems. Yeah, I reckon I'll still get some more in there. So, are we just losing all the ammonia, or is it reacting with the egg? Binding to it? I suppose we're going to find out. Well, it's still got that colour, so hopefully it's going to go pink. I don't know if the ammonia is. It's very alkaline, of course. Extremely alkaline. You know, it's probably one of the most alkaline. Well, the thing about ammonia is it's the most soluble gas of the natural gases. Okay. Well that's about it. 80 volume.